Well, how will we tune in, tune up, tone down certain aspects of our personality, aspects of our communication to effectively communicate with customers? And then we started looking at this idea of cultural difference. Importantly, while we're looking at adapting our style and understanding cultural difference, we're also looking at being able to accept that difference exists, and sometimes we'll have to live with it rather than trying to change it. We notice that different color energies have different needs in terms of communication, and therefore want us to tune differently, to tone up certain elements of our communication and tone down certain elements of our communication to communicate most effectively. We actually started looking in our breakouts about which specific qualities might you need to tone up, might you need to tune down in order to be the most effective communicators. And by looking at customers individually, we notice that those who are most different to us might need the most amount of change in the way we communicate with them. Importantly, in our breakouts, we came back and were able to discuss how we'll make those changes. We also looked at how we might adapt virtually, how we might need to change the way we write emails, and how we run meetings to tune to people's personalities. Then we started looking at culture, and we looked at this interesting idea that different countries will build different cultural norms. Importantly, when we think about culture, we need to know we're using a lot of generalizations. So while there are some scales we can measure, culture is constantly changing, and individuals take their own individual, their own family, their own ethnic culture into every communication with you. Interestingly, we realize that we need to look at our own culture to understand how our culture interacts, how dynamic culture interacts with itself, so we can think about how we adapt our behavior. And while I'm not going to look at all of the 6 dimensions, we notice that there are 6 things that we can see are different about the way different cultures interact. And those 6 dimensions of culture we notice by using the compare country task, we were able to see the difference between our culture and the culture of some of our customers. By doing that, we were able to think about how we interact. We're able to think about how we adapt. But importantly, we're not just thinking about changing our communication styles. We're also thinking about recognizing difference. Some of our customers need us to be able to communicate differently, and some of our customers communicate differently because of their personality, because of their culture. When we can accept that, we can lead the most effective projects and the most effective sites.